Hello and welcome back to the garden. It's a week on since we posted our first video. Today is Sunday, it's the 27th of June and we've got quite a busy day planned in the garden today, haven't we, Poppy? We want to harvest our remaining calabrese and then just prep that ground quickly and get the next crop in, which will be our autumn and winter carrots and some multi-sown beetroot. We also want to do a final harvest of our broad beans, and then they will come out. Oh dear, have we seen someone, Poppy? It's alright. Yeah, we were going to harvest our remaining broad beans, so we'll twist those plants out, and in will go our calabrese for autumn harvest, and our swede. We also want to plant celery and some general tidying up of the brassicas, removing the yellowing leaves just to keep the slug population down so they don't have to come eating. So yeah, we got a really busy day in the garden, so we'll film it as we go along and enjoy. So we've harvested our remaining broccoli heads in this row. Very good they look too. All that remains for me to do now is to clear this bed, and we do that by twisting out the plants, like so. This will go to the compost heap, and then we're going to sow immediately in here our carrots for autumn-winter harvest. So we've cleared the calabrese that were in here and harvested the heads. Prep the ground, it's not taking very long to do it all, and the first row that's going in here are some beetroot, the autumn and winter. We'll dig my holes. It's just a question of planting the little plug plants. These plants were started off about 4 weeks ago and are of a good size now to put into their holes. These are multi-sown, and there are 4 to 5 beetroots per cell. Planted 11 up, so yeah, you can do the maths for yourself. This is the space where the calabrese was, and you saw earlier on the film where we harvested them, and we've twisted those plants out now. You see a row of beetroot in here and 6 rows of carrots. And my plan had originally been to grow all Eskimo, which is a variety we really like, but I clearly didn't buy enough seed, so we can only get 3 rows. So the other 3 rows are going to be Chantilly Red, which is a carrot we like anyway. It's one we normally grow during the summer, and it's there ready to harvest now. But it's a really lovely carrot anyway. But what I did just want to quickly talk about, we had some problems with our peas, didn't we, Poppy? And normally we grow our peas and no problem at all. We get an abundance of a harvest and they look really, really great. However, this year we've had problems with pigeons. And they've been coming along, pecking the tops out. We've tried covering them to let them get so high. But what we sort of had kind of worked out was that this middle brace here that we've put on, we don't think we need, because the pigeons are managing to rest their legs on there and peck the tops even when they're this tall. See, we normally have a diagonal strut to go with the verticals. Next season we definitely are going to put the horizontals in. The good news is that the peas have recovered, which is great, but it has delayed their harvest. We've had our final harvest of broad beans that were in this bed here. There were 2 rows, 2 double rows. Twisted the plants out and prep the ground, and in here now you can see we have planted some calabrese for autumn harvest, and also our swede. These plants were sown approximately 4 weeks ago, and they're at a stage now where they can now go out. So Poppy, we've managed to plant our celery. Planted it in blocks at 9-inch intervals. It's the first time we've really grown lots of celery. We had a go last year with a couple of plants and it was quite successful. So yeah, we've decided to go for it this year. We want to use a lot of celery, especially when we're making our own stocks. We've got the carrots. We grow our own carrots. And we've got the celery. All great for making your own stock. There are a few spring onions still left from where we planted them back in must have been April, but I don't think they're going to interfere with those. We're going to harvest those long before they're ready. So we'll come back to those later on in the year and see exactly how they've got on. We've given them a good watering. As far as I understand, they do like a good watering. And you can see also the French beans, climbing French beans that we planted. They've taken a good hold now. They'll start to find their way to the poles. And the runner beans especially, they really have started to run away. Some of them are reaching the poles, top of the poles. So, yeah, should look forward to a harvest of those come August. We had a good day in the garden today. We've managed to sow our carrots, plant our beetroot, plant our calabrese and our swede. And we've got roast chicken tonight, haven't we, Pops? Yes, roast chicken. And with it, we've picked our first cabbage of the season. How lovely is that? And some lovely first early potatoes, Casablanca. We picked a root of those. And that's the harvest. You can see here where we harvested the broad beans. We've got another trug full. So I imagine about the same weight that we had that we showed you in the last video. So yeah, fantastic. Hope you've enjoyed watching the video today, and join us back in the garden real soon. Take care and goodbye.